10 years ago, I took a decision to quit my 9 to 5 and start building my fashion brand. Every day I see entrepreneurs doing the same or eager to start their businesses in fashion. In America, 5 million people decided in 2022 to start their businesses. Surprisingly, there are only 25% of women compared to 73% of men are part of entrepreneurs. But look, I personally work with 95% of women who are entrepreneurs and creative people at the same time. Women have equal chances to make their careers in fashion businesses by creating their own companies. But look, the surprising fact is that most of us want to be in fashion, but few of us take action and have the courage to make it happen. When I quit my job and decided to make my fashion brand, I backed up my decision with an MBA from a prestigious Parisian fashion school. So I thought I was strong enough, backed with knowledge from fashion experts, leaders from the industry. Money-wise, I borrowed money from my bank, got some help from my husband. I was ready to invest and make it happen. Bought stock from emerging designers I loved. By the way, the collection was gorgeous. I started to look for a developer for my website to get my brand off the ground with influencers and e-com strategies. 4 years later, well, it flopped. So was my business fashion background from prestigious fashion school missing something? Or did this school teach me wrong about the fashion business model and how to launch a business in fashion? And would it work for you like it works for big brands if you do the same thing? Let's break it down and try to understand if every designer can launch a business with a set of essential elements that quickly gives them success. Wouldn't be that the magic formula to have? What would those essential elements in the real world be? So let's go to the numbers first. There are 25,697 fashion designers businesses in the US as of 2022, an increase of 5% from 2021. On average, 5% growth in terms of business creation in every single year. So how many people do you think love fashion? I bet 99% of the planet Earth loves or needs fashion companies. The fashion industry helps us, first of all, to cover our basic needs, wear something, don't feel cold, be comfortable, protect our bodies, but it also serves us to confirm our identities, a ways of living, project our success, integrate the society, be confident and affirm our ambitions. So fashion is more about psychological aspect of our personalities. No wonder many people want to start their brands to share with the world their own sense of style. Does it bring them to the desired exposure, visibility, clients? Of course not. Why? Because what we think we like, others will like too. But what if your normal is not the normal for others? What if what you do can be likable by only a few people and it is not enough to make your business off the ground? So if you stay longer, I will break down in this video how to make a success of your idea to launch a fashion brand. Or if you're already a designer or business owner, I can show you what mistakes to avoid according to my experience in building fashion companies. Not only because you can learn from my own failure and avoid some mistakes, but also because I have first-hand information from 300 brands that I currently work with. Those brands are just like you, trying to survive and build a brand that talks to their audiences. Most of them are outsiders to the fashion industry who strive to make it happen. So if it relates to you, I will show you right away how to build a successful brand from the beginning. First things first, your product. Many of you have stock, right? This can be a crucial mistake that you have already made, and now all your money is sitting inside those products that you cannot sell. Fashion is about products, right? The way they're styled, the models that you pick to show your products, the fit, the comfort, and the visual aspect. Most probably, and it happens in 90% of launches, that your first collection will be never sold out. And the reason for that, number one, you don't know your customer. Well, you think you know, but you don't know what motivates them, what triggers them, what images make them dream about your product, and what fits them. Their reaction would be to your product. How do they want to look like, and what are their inspirations? The reason number two, your first collection will look like you. You need to make it look like your customer would desire. So in order to make this connection between you and them, you need to spend time with your customers and offer something that will resonate with them. And there's a reason number three, technicality of your collection. There are so many technical details that you need to learn and adjust. You need to adjust your first prototype to make them simpler to conceive and easy to wear. Let's say you design a very sophisticated lingerie brand. It costs an arm and leg to make it. You pull all your money You put everything in your first collection. You're so proud of yourself, margin on the top. So your product is ready to go out to the market 3 times what a customer would usually pay for it. So now you're sitting on your stock that could have been invested first into your client research, then optimizing your product technicality to fewer costs, to decrease the amount of small details and more practicality to wear it, and still not compromise on the material quality, because small brands are usually standing out by the quality of their materials. So my first brand, for instance, Creator, started with things I personally liked, very luxury, high-end. I bought a brand designer clothes from a showroom in Paris. Then, when I was ready to sell them, no one was putting $1 on my choices, simply because I didn't know my ideal client. A simple principle I didn't apply to my first company. I was blind. I just wanted to sell. This is where I want to come up to the second point, your offer. So structure your collection like McDonald's. Have your best sellers quickly accessible on your website and a permanent collection. Put all your effort into creating your permanent products and then start testing. Propose some variations in colors, in styles, collaborations, but never go away from your core offer. Your core offer is what will drive your brand to the top. When I launched my first brand, I didn't think about structure at all. I was just buying things I loved, and I even had difficulties to mix them all together. So there were no rational choices in the way I choose my products. The result? I spent my time in pop-up stores, which cost me money to try to sell all those products for a decent discount. Only my friends were buying. Which brings me to the third point, audience. This is a reality of almost 90% of designers. Let's face it. Our first audience would be our friends and family. And then what? Nothing. If you start with a crowdfunding campaign, you think you can do better? No way. You still will be stuck with your unsold products later. Crowdfunding is a one-off operation. You still need a plan to grow your audience, to sell to someone on a regular basis, right? Many people think that because you have an audience, you can easily sell. No way. There are other ingredients to success, such as product, offer, image, niche, sales machine, etc. By the way, if you're interested in learning more about those ingredients, I invite you to watch my free training. I put the link below in the description. You will learn at what stage your brand is currently and what particular element is missing to build a breaking point of 10K a month. Smart designers like Jack Moose understand that the role of the audience to produce a surprise effect on them and establish the brand. Then they rely on their sales machines, such as boutiques, website, to produce tangible results from it. So the formula is audience plus surprising effect. This works best today for designers. First of all, you feel the trend because you know what your audience is looking for. You produce a collection to respond to the best to their needs, not your unique desire to create. And then you support this collection with valuable content that installs your brand image, surprising content for your audience that relates to them and makes your brand stand out. And then you offer them a platform to sell, which brings me to the fourth element, your website to sell. You will make strange choices here, and I want you to prevent from them. Choice number one, a developer. When I first created my first e-com website, I contracted with a developer that I was advised to go to, and the fee was, let's say, acceptable. Did I have a website straight after it? I had never seen a website in my life from him. He just disappeared. Besides, I lost 6 months of business without a website. This choice was wrong for many reasons, but the main idea here is not rely on others to make something that you can do yourself. Easier and cheaper options like Shopify are the best to start your online business and build your website yourself. And choice number two, Etsy or other marketplaces. Again, delegating sales, believe me, is not the best option. They take your margins away, plus you don't control your customer experience with your brand and you don't build your brand. Relying on Etsy is like giving your baby to people you don't even know and hoping they will take care of him. Look, I know you want to avoid the technical part or business part of your business, but be smart here. Just learn and you will see amazing results from learning. Don't rely on others, where you can take your full responsibility for your life and destiny. To conclude, my magic formula is: first, develop a practical and desirable product that your audience wants. Don't make it too complicated to avoid additional costs. 2. Stock-free formula. Sell first, then buy. Find your best sellers and keep them always available to sell even if they are out of stock. 3. Develop your audience and tease them often with your brand content, which surprises them. And 4. Have your sales machine in place. Your website should be done by you own it, know how to use it. Last but not least, from an outsider to fashion and advisor to 300 brands, I totally recommend staying tuned to this channel and getting more valuable videos just like this so you can avoid 1000 mistakes. Subscribe and turn on the notification button. See you in my next video, which is why fashion shows will make you broke.